Okay, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight on this Saturday spooky night as we edge closer to full domination of the universe. The Terminator is in the shop on Saturday. So, it's really cool, to have the Terminator here. For me to buy this Terminator bundle for $300, that would be really cool. But all I really want is the mechanical version. So, I just want the robot looking dude. So I already got him. So, that's really cool though. I'm gonna get ya. Now I've already got him, so I don't understand why 300, why even bother, But, it should just say 100 for the other parts, or just, they're trying to make some sort of money. But checking out the shop tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we're gonna see what's going down. Right now with everything, the way everything's going these days, I think, just checking out some stuff once a week is not too big of a deal, really. Battlefield 6 is awesome. Call of Duty is great, but it's just, I'm kind of burnt out on it, And so Fortnite is something we always play because there's always something vibrant and new and cool about it. So that's why Fortnite is so freaking awesome. So it didn't used to be awesome, just so you know. I mean, they really have outdone themselves. Once, they started bringing in the Marvel characters and all this other stuff, then the game just took off after that, to be honest, if you ask me. So they have the Rangers here, Terminators here. The shop is the shop, really, So we got Air Force One. Two Ball. Is he really new? Because there's a guy that kind of looks like him in the last Battle Pass. There's a 10 Ball that's a chick. It's really kind of creepy, if you ask me. This glider is kind of cool, though, if you think about it, the top. But, I don't know, it's just basic. Now this guy, I'd like to have his head so I could go scare people down the street with a head like that. What's cool about this guy is you can change colors. So the thing I don't like is there's a person behind it. Like I'd rather something creepy coming out of the mouth, instead of some face. It's Jones. It's Mr. Jones. But yeah, and then you got the Swamp Stalker chick, she's totally not cool. We got Swamp Slippies, so Tabor Hill got these given to him, I think, for free. I think they're kind of cool, any kind of the slippers, any kind of the weird shoes they do, I'm not going to waste my V-Bucks, but if I was rich, trust me, I probably would. We've got this, Paz the Wicked, The shop isn't too eventful because they brought us these ref kind of outfits here, and it's just not, it's like if you want to be that, okay. Here's superhero outfits. They always bring these back every season. I like a little variety in there. They have a lot of stuff they haven't put out. I don't understand why. You got this cool piggy, though. Isn't that really cool? I mean, you got the chick bouncing on it, and it's pretty cool. Does it poop out the stuff or something? Kind of looks like it's pooping it out. Out the hole there, sir. So, I don't understand the point of that box or this. But, okay. Some people. Now, the Squid Games is just the Squid Games, but we got Pickle Rick is back in the house. And, if you did the event, you got him for free anyways. I like Morty, but I don't like the mechanical outfit. Whoa, what just happened there? Did I hit a button and didn't know it? Or did the shop just update? You know, I used to like the timer they used to have where the shop would update. You knew when it was going to update, you know? But, Mr. Meeseeks, you know, I'd like her in different outfits if you're going to have her. And, I'd like some more Ricks. I'd like Rick to come back so we can get Rick. I missed Rick. He was part of a battle pass. And I played a little bit during that battle pass, and I was just too much going on in my life. And I figured, oh, you know, I'll be able to get him again. Nope, never be able to get him again. So it's not if you snooze, you lose. It's just sometimes life is more important. Back then, I don't know if you could buy out the battle pass. Maybe you could, but yeah, you could. But I wasn't about to spend $100 just to have a Rick. He had like a tie-dye Rick and a standard Rick, and you know, it is what it is. The Ford Mustang is back, everybody. So what's really cool is they brought this back, and it's got some animated paint jobs. So I really like the fact that they did that. Like, so this car here, I've seen this car in person, and it is pretty fast, you know. I hate to say it, but, you know, it handles good and it does really good on the road. Now, this skin right here is really cool, how it's animated like that. And, you know, I really want it. It's just, you know, I would like to just be able to do a basic, the original paint job kind of style on, so I'd have to put a different paint job on it. But they must have released this in the shop for some sort of reason now, and I'm not too sure why. Did they fix the sound that it had? Because it had a problem where the sound was gone. But this car is really fast. You know, if you ask me, it throws your head back, that's for sure. So, I don't know, you know, it's great to see that they brought this car back. I don't understand why they had it messed up in the first place. I don't think it really sounds like that, you know, because, you know, it is what it is, but my car is that color right there, so it kind of looks like that. That's kind of cool. So we've got some really cool rims here. I really want to buy those rims. They're really cool. You know, I always like stuff shooting out the back, you know. Lightning trail tires would be a good idea. And it says, this guy is here. We've got, he came back again. I don't understand what this point of having this, this guy here, but, it's kind of like this guy here. It's like, why is he here? So, you know, when is his music pass going to end? It needs to end now. Call me crazy. So this is the new chick, and this is the other new chick that they have. Both kind of cool looking. So let's take a look here. So she's got a couple different styles here, I guess. What's the difference? Are we seeing a difference? Outlined. Yeah, so I see a slight difference in the shirt and the way it kind of looks edgy. But, you know, it's not too bad. You know, the Lego character looks like it might need some help, you know, with the hat and all. That's kind of a weird back bling. I wish it had like a glider that was like that. You know, you could come in and get people with it. You know, let's see the other character. Let's check this out. Be positive. Yeah, nobody's positive anymore. This is 2025. So it doesn't have any alternate styles. I like the leg tattoo. That's really cool. If you see, there's a bumblebee, and it's like a stalk of possibly a flower, I guess, or something. But that's really cool. Yeah. You know, like, it should be a colored tattoo, if you ask me, though. Maybe. But it's still cool either way. Maybe you could have two different designs. Colored tattoo or non-colored tattoo. The sock with no socks, why even do that? You could maybe have that as a style. How about no socks or something if you're doing the tattoo? I don't know. The bee outfit's kind of neat. It's, not as fluffy as it could be, but I think they could have made it a little fluffier. But they should have allowed a couple of different styles for this one. But it's only $5. But what kind of makes it cool is you get V-Bucks, 600 V-Bucks. So technically it's worth buying because you're getting the V-Bucks plus a character and all of her stuff. It's kind of a cool animated little attack weapon there, and this backling's kind of cool. It's got these little floating bees, so I don't know, I usually buy these $4 ones, but when you add tax it goes over $5, so, but yeah, I usually buy these, and I might buy her only because, you got the 600 V-Bucks. So you're basically buying V-Bucks to get a character. You're getting all that in one. So that's kind of worth it, in a way, It's affordable. It's, it is what it is. But, do I really want a chick with glasses? Do I really want this or that? You start getting picky about it. Her fingernails are yellow, I guess. It's like, why do you have this thing across your chest? Would be my question. Like, couldn't you have did something else? Like, don't even put that on there. How about the pointy thing on the knee? Does that need to be there? Like I said, we could have a couple different styles. I don't know. I know when they design stuff, it's like a character they put out there. It's worth it for the price. This one being $18.49, you get a gradual book. That book, which I can't see. There's a book. Let's see here. It should say V-Bucks in-game currency. It's basically you have to do these challenges to get your V-Bucks. And so that kind of makes it kind of fun. But I think you only get like 1,000 or something usually. So yeah, 1,500. So it kind of pays for itself slightly, if you're really digging the chick. But yeah, I don't know. 1,500 V-Bucks and the character. So it's basically a $15 plus character, So not too bad. Paying a little additional for the character there. Here's another startup pack, but that's $4.99, and it doesn't give you any V-Bucks. It's just this chick. If you're really into that chick, that would be it. You get some toilets. So, anyways, it is Saturday night, and I got some gaming to do. We got some other stuff to do, and I have been busy, very busy. So, hopefully by the end of this month or sometime in September, I should be ready and done with all the BS and ready to move on. And when that time comes, we're going to pop out a lot of videos. I am ready for the analog. I've got a whole bunch of videos sitting. I don't want to post them all at once, you got to space them out, because I've actually dropped videos where I dropped like 5 videos or 3 videos in one day, and the algorithm won't show those videos to like anybody. Because you put too many out there, it doesn't know what to do. So it's literally, you have to do 1 video a day or 1 video every few days. If you start posting a lot of videos, it won't show those videos. It won't. Unless if you're paying to have them shown. Trust me on that, I know. Now, if you're up there with like almost 1 million subscribers, oh yeah, they want to show your videos because they can run ads on your stuff then, But other than all that, I'm not too worried about any of their haba jabba. I just make some videos documenting reality. Oh yeah, fuck those bitches. So, as far as it goes, item shop, kind of lame tonight, but we do have a Mustang in the house. So the Mustang is worth buying. Do I want to spend my V-Bucks on it today? You know, I don't know. You know, so much money spent these days. But the Mustang is pretty awesome. So if you guys are bored out there, subscribe, join the channel, and you'll get updates on all kinds of stuff as time rolls out. I'm going to be doing some deep dives on a lot of stuff. And then there's probably going to be people emailing me and trying to call me. And next thing you know, I might end up being big and I don't even really care. It's just whatever, right? But we'll post some stuff. We'll see what happens. 20 years plus, you'll see. Till next time, folks. Talk to you guys on the next one. Oh yeah.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.